Hey everyone, Hydra here, and today we're going to talk about Venom number 10, and we're going to go on a little trip with Donnie Cates and learn about how much white people suck. So grab your things and let's start this wonderful journey. Before I get into it though, I do want to say something about these Stan Lee covers. These covers are a perfect representation of how much Disney and Marvel don't give a two shingle shit about Stan Lee's legacy. These are the most boring, average, basic bitch covers that I've seen for any sort of event. If it wasn't for the banner that said Stan Lee on the top, nobody would know that these were anything special. It's upsetting, it's annoying, it's disappointing to see a company do something like that. I mean, obviously Disney doesn't give a shit. Disney bought Marvel because they want their IPs, they want that money for movies. They have no intention of keeping comics going for any period of time. As soon as the guys that are controlling Marvel finally nail that last nail into the coffin, this company's going under. All the IPs will be printed by IDW and other corporations, and Marvel will just be a memory in everybody's mind. And Disney's going to blame us, the consumer, for not buying their overpriced garbage as the excuse as why nobody wants their on-print comics anymore. I mean, even if you go to Disney World, they don't... Marvel Disney World, they're not going to be selling comics anymore. They have what's in stock right now. When that's gone, they're gone for good. And that doesn't give you some idea on the future of comics. Well, there you go. And sorry about the digression into Disney and whatnot. Let's get back on to Stan Lee. What they should have done is they should have had Stan posing with all of his characters, or with whatever character said book was about. That's something people might care about. Or maybe, I don't know, hire an artist to spend more than 6 hours on a piece, so that when people see the cover, they go, oh shit, I gotta buy this. This is collector quality. Not, oh, hey, that's cool. No credits, really. Oh, look, it's about Stan Lee. That makes sense. It doesn't. So, that was bad enough. And that's just a pet peeve that I've been unable to avoid every time I go into the store. But let's go ahead and talk about the actual comics itself. First off, I'm super stoked that I paid $3.99 for a couple of blank pages. All right, now we're into the comic. So, of course, it starts off with eating, because we can't have a motherfucking comic without somebody eating or stuffing their goddamn face. Ugh, this shit is annoying. I don't want to read about people eating. Oh, but superheroes, they eat too. They're normal people. Bleh, it's crap. Todd's Diner is a nice call out to Todd McFarlane, I'm assuming. So Eddie's eating with his little brother, Dylan Brock, who got roughed up by Eddie's dad. When we first meet Dylan, he asked Eddie to kill their dad. And so Eddie took him to a diner so they could talk. And the kid's like trying to figure out what's going on with Eddie, right? This fucking dude comes up like, I'm sure you can't have your dog here. Eddie says he's a service dog, he has PTSD. The guy thanks him for his service, assuming he's in the military, and walks off. And then the little kid's like, you really shouldn't pretend like you're in the service. And this whole little interaction is kind of dumb and it's just pointless. So anyway, the kid's trying to find out why his dad hates Eddie so much. So Eddie finally tells him, gives him the rundown on the story. Essentially what happens is, see this little blonde kid here? All right, well, he's playing out in the street. He goes running out into the street, and we think that Eddie is this kid, right? And he's going to get hit by this car. But no, actually, Eddie is the drunk driver who just murdered this kid, okay? Now, take note, this is in Eddie's neighborhood. His dad is sitting on his porch, right? This is probably, I would say, lower middle class neighborhood for the time, just because they're all clearly living in apartments that are squished together in the middle of a city, right? They specifically say that this guy is a neighbor, or that this kid is their neighbor, right? So after Eddie murders him, because he's a drunk driver, we find out that And Eddie goes in this whole thing about killing innocents and whatnot. But then we find out that I was young, white, and the son of a rich, powerful man in the community. So basically, Eddie kills this kid who lives right next door to him. Somehow this impoverished little kid is living right next to somebody who is extremely rich and powerful, and their parents were perfectly okay with just getting paid off. Eddie is presented as the good guy who, no, I'm not innocent. I deserve to be punished. And his dad spends 2 pages beating the shit out of him in the cops interview room, right? Just fucking him up until he finally admits that he's innocent. Then he goes to court, gets no charges, doesn't even get anything put on his permanent record. And then because of that, his dad has hated his guts. His dad did everything wrong here, yet his dad hates him. So, one, it pissed me off because he immediately goes to race baiting. Just because you're white doesn't mean you can commit crime. And saying people get away with things because of the color of their skin is genuine, grade A racism, Donnie Cates. Just because you're saying it about white people doesn't make it less racist, you fucking retard. And it doesn't matter what color your skin is. It matters how fucking rich you are. That's the only thing that matters in society when it comes to getting rid of crimes, is wealth and political power. It has nothing to do with skin color. Fucking moron. And then on top of that, he's going for this deep Tom King-esque emotional fucking bullshit about, you're not deep, you're a comic book writer. And quite frankly, you're an average comic book writer. The whole fucking series is ruined for me. It just pissed me off beyond belief. And then, of course, Eddie's riddled with cancer and PTSD, so he tries to kill his little brother. I fucking am so done with this series. I'm done with Kate's. I'm done with Marvel. We're probably just going to end up switching to nothing but freaking indie shit and manga. Anyway, if you guys want to read this, I had people on Twitter who didn't give a two shingle shit about Donnie being a racist cocksucker, or the fact that he shit on everybody who stood up for him when the Tumblerinos were attacking him. They just care about their fucking shitty story. Anyway, here's a free copy of the comic. If I can get this off, you guys can read it one of you can read it yourself, save yourself a little bit of money, see if you're half as pissed off as I am. I will say the art was still on point. I mean, the creative team is talented. I'm just sick of Donnie's shit. I'm sick of Marvel not being able to produce a comic where they don't castigate people for the color of their skin. And quite frankly, I'm just done wasting my money on something that pisses me off. Enjoy your declining sales, Marvel. I look forward to fucking not remembering anything about you in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was, again, Venom number 10 by Cates and Stegman and fucking Marvel. Hail Hydra.